Hello! Today I'm going to show you how to add sleeves to the body when knitting a bottom-up sweater. This creates seamable holes in the underarms and gets all of your stitches onto one cord so you can decrease to shape the shoulders. In case you were wondering, the yarn I'm using is Bernat Maker Big in the colorway turquoise. I've already knit the sleeves and body of this paid pattern that's available on my website, and I thought it would be a good opportunity to demonstrate some of the more universal principles of bottom-up sweater knitting. It's actually very easy, and I don't know why it took me so long to figure it out. So many patterns will ask you to bind off some stitches on the sleeve and the body, and these bound off stitches mark the underarm seam. Once you've worked up to those bind-off stitches, then it's time to knit on the sleeve stitches. You'll knit the sleeve stitches as if they were a continuation of your body stitches, skipping the stitches you bound off, and then continuing on to knit the rest of the body stitches. So pardon me while I switch some needles around, so I'm working in the same needle size the whole time. And you'll see when I go to knit the sleeve stitches, the bound off stitches match up one for one. Like I mentioned, that's the underarm seam. You'll just have to seam those few stitches once you're done knitting. And now the key to knitting on your sleeve stitches is to make sure your right hand needle is coming from the body of your sweater, and your left hand needle is on the cord holding all of your sleeve stitches. And you'll want to knit with the working yarn from the body of the sweater. Now what we've got is all of the sleeve stitches, minus the ones that I bound off, are on the same cord as the body stitches. Now it's time to just continue knitting the body stitches up to the other part of the body where I bound off stitches. And that is per the pattern that I'm using. Your pattern may or may not call for you to bind off stitches, but it likely will tell you to knit a certain number of body stitches now to the point where we'll knit on the second sleeve. So I've knit up to my second set of bound off stitches, and it's time to add the second sleeve. We're going to do the same thing that we just did on the other side by matching up the bound off stitches one for one and taking a needle from the sleeve to use in my left hand and a needle from the body to use in my right hand. And with the working yarn coming from the body of the sweater, I'm going to knit all of the stitches of the next sleeve. So let's see what we've got now. All of the sleeve stitches and all of the body stitches are now on the same circular cord. And it feels a little weird, a little counterintuitive, because I can see down into the sleeve, but you're actually working just in the round, a normal circle now. All your stitches are on the same cord. And now you can knit the remaining body stitches. And when you get to the point where you fastened on that first sleeve, that'll be the new beginning of your rounds. You can see there's those holes in the underarms I was talking about that you'll need to seam when you're done. Most bottom-up sweater patterns will have you just knit in the round for several rounds at this point. And then you can follow your pattern for the decreasing instructions to work the shoulder shaping and yoke of the sweater. So that's how easy it is to add the sleeves to the body when you're knitting a bottom-up sweater, if you're working any pattern or making it up as you go. And like I mentioned, this is a pattern available on my blog for what I'm calling the big bottom-up sweater. And if you'd like to purchase a copy of that and support my channel, I'll have that link down below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!